Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're diving into something pretty exciting. The Foundation, sneak peek number 2. This trailer has been out for about 9 months now, so it's not brand new, but there's so much detail packed into it that it's worth taking a deep dive. Here's how we're going to do it. First, I'll play the trailer so we can all watch it as it was originally uploaded. Then, I'm going to brighten it up, frame by frame, to make sure we catch every tiny detail. Because trust me, there's a lot you might have missed on the first watch. Alright, let's roll the trailer, and then we'll break it all down. The first thing I notice right away is a table, a metal shelf, and, no surprise, another vent. If you've been following these sneak peeks, you'll know that vents are a recurring theme. They've appeared in every single preview so far. Why are they so prominent? Are they going to be a key gameplay mechanic? I have no idea yet, but it's definitely something to think about. Moving on, we get a glimpse of metal gates. These look like the ones in Floor 2 where you'd usually pull a lever to open them, but this time they're blocked off by 2 lockers. Unlike Floor 2, these gates don't seem functional, they're just for decoration. But let's talk about the lockers, because these are completely different. They've got 2 thin bumps on the top and bottom, and I noticed something strange. One locker has a handle, but the other doesn't. Why is that? It might be a design choice, or maybe it's hinting at some gameplay mechanics, like in the rooms where certain lockers can't be used. Imagine how much harder the game would be if you had to guess which lockers were functional. Before we even get to door 102, there are small details that caught my eye. There are 3 mini boxes and a bin sitting nearby. These are probably just decorations, but they help build up the environment. Then there's the doorknob on door 102, which is oddly tiny. It's almost funny how small it is. When we open door 102, the first thing we see is a barrel lying on the floor. On the right wall, there's a marble tack board with 2 pieces of paper pinned to it. Unfortunately, we don't get a good look at the papers, so we can't tell if they're just for show or if there's something we can interact with later. The flooring here is different. It's made of broken wooden planks, giving it a much rougher look. Then there's a metal drawer that looks nothing like the ones we've seen in the original doors. We open it, and there's nothing inside, but the sound it makes is really unique. It's got this metallic, hollow echo to it that feels unsettling. As we move further, we see more metal gates, this time positioned along the sides of a staircase. They're not functional either, they're just part of the design, but they add this industrial vibe to the area. The staircase itself is interesting. It's got gaps between the steps and these rhombus-shaped holes all over. Weirdly, the holes are the exact same shape as the metal gates we've been seeing. Coincidence? Maybe, but it's still a cool connection. When we reach the top, the room feels pretty empty on the right side. There's just a metal table and a hole in the wall with a small fan inside it. The fan reminded me of the one in door 100, but it's missing the orange glow. On the left side, though, there's more to see. A modular drawer box, a table, a locker, and some metal shelves. We open a door, and the vibe shifts completely. The flooring turns to wood, and the walls are solid brick with wooden planks attached to them. It looks like a mix between the back rooms indoors and some sort of workshop. Inside this room, we find a modular drawer box with 3 drawers. We open them, and finally something. In the first drawer, there's nothing. But in the second and third drawers, we find 2 pencils and a pen. Now, these are way too small to be picked up, so they're probably just decoration. Still, it makes sense. They're right next to a notepad, which we'll get to in a second. The notepad is where things get really interesting. It's got an escape plan sketched out on it. The plan shows a lever that opens metal gates, a step labeled Pass Security, and a crowbar needed to pry open doors that are sealed with wooden planks. It even mentions a crate of supplies, which is probably where the crowbar is found. But here's where I got stumped. What does past security mean? Is it cameras? Guards? Or is the person who wrote this just hallucinating? The note raises even more questions. Who wrote it? Why were they trying to escape? And most importantly, did they succeed? It's such a cool detail that adds a lot of mystery to this area. As we leave this room, we get a better view of the left side. On the right wall, there's another marble tack board, and this time we see 3 pinned papers instead of 2. It's little details like this that make the environment feel alive. Near door 103, there's a bin, a locker, metal shelves, and a table. But before we even get to open the door, the video cuts off. One last thing I noticed right at the end. If you look up at the ceiling near door 103, there seems to be some kind of vent or passageway. I couldn't tell for sure, but it definitely looks like something we might be able to crawl through later. And that's where the video ends. There's so much to unpack here, from the mysterious escape plan to the changes in environmental design. The pencils, the crowbar, the mention of passing security, it all points to a deeper story unfolding in the foundation. What really stood out to me was the attention to detail. Whether it's the design of the lockers, the rhombus patterns on the gates and stairs, or the wooden planks on the walls, everything feels intentional. Now it's your turn. What are your theories? Do you think the crowbar will be a key gameplay mechanic? And what about the vent above door 103? Could it lead to a secret area? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on the next breakdown. See you soon.